I spoke with Mr. Penn last week.
Dance pen.
And
Yes, I
messaged
did.
Zach.
And I was impressed. Zach was the DJ. And then the kids, those girls were able to get up and talk, like to think. Their parents and had to got up there and talked. And I was like,
Nice.
Good for you.
Not shy, huh? I would.
Really, she
I would not.
I want to.
No.
As an adult.
Yeah.
Okay, 5:15. Call the meeting to order. Oh, we don't have a quorum.
Yes, we do.
And
Hi, Hi, Carissa. Oh, yay.
Hi.
Okay, so 5:15, we'll call the meeting to order. And if you'll turn off all electronic devices, stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And roll call of the committee.
Chairman Gilbert,
Here.
Vice Chair Hartless,
Here.
Member Penn, absent, Member Bailey,
Here.
Member Com, absent, Member Clark,
Here.
Member Mealy.
Here.
Okay, no call to the public today. Reports and updates, librarians report.
All right, so it's kind of lengthy today, but the back is mainly just upcoming events that are coming up. So this summer, you'll see 2 new faces in the library, and they are a part of the CRIT ED&T program. We really lucked out this year with these 2. There's Artemis and Alicia, and they're really great workers so far. Our annual ice cream social was less attended this year, but with that being so, the staff was able to have great conversations about the summer reading programs and challenges, sign patrons up for said programs, as well as new library cards, which in the past was always a struggle due to how busy we were. So we are looking at that as a positive. Joanna and I will be attending the American Library Association Annual Conference in Chicago at the end of the month. Some of the events and trainings that we will be attending include exploring with tweens, creating STEM exploration spaces that are inclusive, equitable, and accessible for youth, including different forums on inclusivity and diversity within our collections. There's different leadership classes that we're able to go to, and a ton more. I think we're going to a book award ceremony as well for YA books, so that'll be really fun to see. As far as grant updates go, our rural info outreach grant that we have, Courtney has been diligently working to serve as many patrons as possible by visiting the community center most days and offering a weekly computer literacy class at the library. Since we put this into motion, we haven't had anybody come. We're still offering it, we're setting it up. So if anybody has any feedback on how you think that we could reach these patrons, let me know. Sorry, do you?
Maybe a flyer in the home delivered meals.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's a great idea. The Community Memory Project grant, after speaking with the Arizona State Library, we decided that the best course of action with this grant was to respectfully decline and repay the funds that we have spent so far. While this grant provided a fantastic opportunity for our community, it needed to be properly thought through. We have neither the space nor the staff to maintain the grant at the capacity in which it deserves. We have donated the equipment to the community center and are very excited to see the programming that they provide with it. Our nonfiction CAP grant, we have received the majority of the books that have been purchased with this grant and are planning an unveiling for sometime in August. So we would love for you guys to join us. And then just some statistics for the month of May. We had 1,094 items checked out, whereas last year there was 911 checked in. We've had 1,050 items, any library materials, and last year was 977. We have had 33 new patrons sign up for library cards, whereas last year at the same time we had 28. And then over the course of May, we had 522 computer sessions, 49 study room sessions, 348 reference transactions. Our daily door numbers at 5 o'clock totaled out to 2,709. Our daily door numbers at the end of the day, so that's including or excluding the 5 o'clock numbers, are 2,053 visits. And then in total, it's just 4,762 visits.
What does that mean?
So we have door counters, and every time somebody comes in and out, that is one person. So we check the numbers every day at 5, because AWC has been gracious enough to give us extra funds to fund us to be open later. So we keep that number set aside so that we know what we're getting before 5. And then we have a number that we get at the end of the day, which is the end of the day number. And then to keep them separate, we just have them separate. And then at the end of the month, we total them all up, just for our own records.
So that is someone comes in, counted.
Right.
Same person leaves.
Right.
Counted. Okay. So, okay, perfect.
Yep.
So no real accuracy in the amount of people that visited, just how many times the door has clicked.
Yeah,
Okay.
essentially. And that's how we run, or that's how we do most of our reports for the Arizona State Library as well. On the back, anything that has an asterisk next to, or on the second page, has an asterisk next to the program. We would love some volunteers if you would like to come and volunteer. I know Sarah came today and we really appreciated your help. Even with extra help, we needed more hands on deck, especially with the little ones trying to thread things and using scissors and all of that. So we really appreciate your help today, Sarah. We have some really exciting programs. They're currently over there setting up for the Storybook Mini Golf, which is a hit every year. We transform our adult room into a mini golf course, and it's always based off of different storybooks, so each hole has its own storybook character that goes with it. And that's all I have.
I have 2 questions.
Mhm.
Well, one's first, just like kind of a statement regarding the community outreach with Courtney. I was originally going to, what am I trying to say? Talk to our nursing director, and we were going to hand out flyers to patients that were being discharged at the hospital, because we do serve a lot of probably elderly patients. So I will get with her again and remind her, because I don't know. I sent her the flyer, but I don't know if she's been handing them out on discharging. So there's that. And then as far as the community grant that you were saying that we're going to decline, can you go into a little more information on that grant? Like, because I don't recall talking about that in like a prior meeting.
So it was a grant that we received in May of last year. Purchasing for this grant didn't begin until mid-January. So, and we have reporting that's due in September. So in order for it to be completely set up and ran and have a full-blown, to have something to report back on, we would need to have had the previous time that we didn't get to use to really get it set up. Does that make sense? We don't really have a space to set up all of the equipment. It's printers, there's scanners, there's different ports and plugs and all of those things. And if you come by the library, you'll see that every piece of space that we have is being utilized currently. So trying to find a place to have that and house it and make it available for our patrons to use, we didn't think was doable, as well as to train all of our staff to be able to use all of the equipment, to designate somebody to train our staff to use all of the equipment, which would include having to have somebody learn to use all of the equipment within a short span of time. So it's just due to poor planning.
And you said that we would have to repay the funds. How much was that?
It was less than 1,500.
Oh, okay.
what is you're referencing machines and stuff. What is that? What is that?
It's just a bunch of equipment to digitize different materials. So stuff to digitize VCR tapes. Same thing with DVDs. Different USB ports, photo scanners. Just those things.
Okay. I mean, was our intention to use it as a moneymaker? I mean, was that our intention?
No.
Okay.
Just another service to provide.
Yes.
And where is it going now? So that's,
Any materials that we bought have been donated to the community center.
like the senior center?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I just think that's kind of a cool thing to have available, so it's good for people to know that it's there somewhere.
Yes.
So can anybody use it?
I'm not sure. They haven't figured out how they're going to run that program yet. So they aren't using it through that grant. Since we already purchased it, it's past the time that we could send it back. We decided instead of, letting it go to
They're
waste.
just going to decide how to use it.
Yes, they're gonna figure it out.
And they have the space over there to do that. They've got those back rooms, so probably for the older folks, that would be a good, because I don't know, I don't have pictures laying around in boxes anymore. Everything's in a drive or in a cloud or whatnot, so.
Flyers for for Courtney's thing at the senior center, right?
Yes. Yeah, and she goes there often. If we need her help during programming, she stays back. But like today, she set up for her programming and nobody came. So she stayed and she actually played instruments for the kids during our Crafty Monday. And then she'll go to the community center tomorrow. And then I think she has a couple of appointments this week as well.
Do you guys have any trips planned? Like, I know you guys usually do the
Like
astronomy event in Flagstaff and the field trip to Universal Studios or whatever it is.
That was part of the grant that
Yeah.
they got. That's not an every year thing.
No, we typically do take the kids on field trips, but we don't have any planned for this summer. We're trying to scale back to be more reasonable, I guess, with funds, but still offer great programming with what we have in-house. I know in the past that we've taken the kids to like Grace Arts in the theater up in Havasu. We've taken them bowling. So those are a couple of field trips that we've done.
That's probably more manageable
It
than
is.
Universal Studios with.
We had taken them to Six Flags and the two Getty museums in California last year. And that was made possible by the AZ on Track grant.
Perfect. Okay. Any other questions on the librarian's report? Old business, discuss and possible action item on the following items, upcoming activities. So on the third page, you'll see Phoenix's list of upcoming activities. And then also there's 5 that are asterisked where Phoenix has said that she could use some extra hands on those story times, All Together Now and Silent Library. So any questions on those?
I'll be there to help most of them, except for possibly the silent library on the 15th.
Wonderful, thank you.
So,
Yeah, I can help too.
I would love to help, but we are short-staffed at work, and there's just no way I could get away.
It's all good. Thank you, though.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I would rather do that.
Okay. Any other questions on the activity list? Moving on to the summer program calendar.
Which is pretty much, it's the same.
Okay. So, same calendar as the upcoming events, so no questions on that either. Moving on to new business, discussion and possible action item on the following items. Discussion and action to be approve or deny the meeting minutes on May 9th of 2023. So they are included in your packet if you guys want to take a look. And then when you're ready, I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve the minutes from May 9th.
I second it.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, and Parks and Rec presentation.
I
So,
haven't, that
w-
happens tomorrow, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
tomorrow. So we had discussed going and asking for a little of their funding for the summer programs to help out since the Parks and Rec isn't doing their own summer program this year. So we figured we'd try to ask them to spread the wealth. Yeah, so.
And what time is that meeting?
4 o'clock tomorrow. Right in this very little room.
And that could possibly fund one of those little field trips to Grace Arts or
Oh, that might be a
bowling
great-
alley or something like
That might
that.
be a great thing to ask for.
Yeah.
We had discussed possibly, asking them for something that was an outdoor activity, and I think you said
The winter and July one is very outdoorsy.
outdoorsy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they would like to see an active,
So maybe bowling.
Aquatic Center.
Yeah,
or both.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe figure out how much it'll be for however many kids you can take
Yeah.
and ask them for the full funding for both trips. I think that would be great.
Yeah.
And you're on their agenda already for tomorrow, so.
Okay, great.
Back to school bash.
Um,
Do we have a date for that?
Could be Parks and Rec too, wouldn't it?
I do somewhere. It's the, I want to say 'cause school's starting a little bit earlier than it.
Starts
The
like July
31st.
31st, yeah.
I know.
So don't quote me on this. Oh, July 23rd. It's on my calendar.
do quote
So
her
you
on that.
can quote me on that. Yeah, it'll be back to school bash at the splash pad from about 6 to 8. I think they have you set up at 6. I think the event starts at 6:30 and goes till 8. So
Sunday.
it is a Sunday.
Okay.
It's a Sunday,
It's always a
the
Sunday.
22nd then?
The 23rd. July
Oh,
20
yeah.
July
I
23rd.
can't do math.
What time did you say it was?
6 to 8. Thereabouts.
Thank you.
Splash pad.
And staff training and development. Well, I take that back. Let me back up. The library is having a booth at the back to school bash.
We can. I think that it would be great for us to do so. It's just finding us, working out our schedules to make that possible. So we'll work on that.
I'm sorry, that was my assumption. I was assuming that it was because it was on our list of new business.
I know it was brought up last month, and I think that we just wanted to circle back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, are we looking for volunteers? Are we looking to brainstorm ideas? Are we looking to create brainstorm activities or giveaways? Or, I mean, how can we help with that?
We would always love volunteers. I think getting a really cool giveaway would be fun. So I'm open to any ideas.
Okay. Does anybody have thoughts for that?
There's got to be some sort of a game or something, right? At this back to, like, there has to be
Yeah.
Well, no, this is more of a.
just a booth that the kids
yeah,
walk
it's more
around.
of a resource for the parents. So there's
Kind
gonna
of
be.
information. type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Parks and Rec Committee, I think they're getting 2 bounce houses and the splash paddle beyond, and they usually do hot dogs and chips and water. So the kids are kind of all running around doing their thing.
But each booth doesn't have to have an activity.
No,
Okay.
no.
That makes
But,
it easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little giveaway would be nice. Those
Yeah.
little magnetic
Yeah,
bookmarks
our
that you
bookmarks.
have are easy to toss in a
Really
bag
cute.
for a kiddo.
I like mine.
And those are probably fairly inexpensive. You get, a bunch of those for a good price.
Yeah.
And then signing up library cards.
Yep.
If we have the capacity to do that at the park.
So ideally,
Help them out if you
Our-
guys need somebody. Sorry.
Okay.
ideally, our library booth would be, these are our monthly functions that we do for these age brackets.
Yes.
So providing activities, a calendar, options for parents. So our job, if you will, is resources for parents.
Right.
Kids just get the benefits of having fun and running around.
We do have a lot of great resources for high schoolers on our website as well. There's lots of different practice tests that they can take as they're looking to leave high school and enter the working world or to go toward higher education.
So maybe we could make flyers for those kind of things for parents that say,
Yeah.
placard of this age group across the top so that different parents at different age groups could be taking those resources home.
Yep.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, staff training and development.
So ALA, we're going to the Arizona Library Association, their annual conference. That's Joanna and I. Joanna is also going to the human trafficking training that's happening this week, and then she'll report back to us on that. And then we are constantly on the lookout for different webinars that the AZLA and the ALA are providing. There's one on tech help that we're currently have Courtney signed up for, so we're just trying to grow and learn as much as we can.
Perfect. Okay. Any questions on new business topics? How about you, Carissa? I don't want to leave you out up
no.
there.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Any future topics?
So one thing that I was thinking of, the school calendar coming up for this year has at least one Friday. Well, you guys are not open on Fridays, so never mind. Just went right out. I was just thinking about the school cutting down and having half days. So I was thinking it might be nice to have activities, but you guys aren't open on Fridays.
Right.
So
Sorry.
it's okay.
Future topics. Thoughts, Phoenix?
We are playing around with different ideas to change our logo a little bit, to mature our library logo, and just make it more friendly across the board for all ages. Right now, our logo has the worm on it, which is very identifiable for our community, but we would like to, like I said, maybe take a more mature logo. So we're playing around with different ideas, and I think that that's something that we'll definitely bring to you first, so you can look over it.
Something more inclusive, like the Worm Plus, or
Maybe without the worm. We would like to still include the worm in like our kid flyers, maybe have it hiding in certain spots, but to, just modernize a little bit.
Is the library getting painted as well?
Yes.
Oh, is it?
Nice.
Yeah, we're excited.
Even though some people prefer the
so maybe future topics would be a logo. What we saw at the senior center is we revisited a logo change, but also a mission statement. Is that something that we would maybe considering updating as well?
I believe that we already updated our mission statement recently,
Okay.
and
they-
our staff worked
They went over that
together
just
as a
few
team
months
to
ago.
put that together.
It was
Okay.
very recently.
Yeah.
Probably the beginning of April, I believe, April 4th or the 18th.
2 months. So that's
Yeah, it's
pretty
new.
recent.
It's fresh.
Okay. Didn't realize it was that recent.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm
around
getting
the same
confused.
time as our internet usage policy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. So future topics, logo discussion. Of course, the librarian's report.
And then we had talked about doing a Libby one, but maybe Joanna and I can present on our conference instead.
That'd be good.
Yeah,
Be good.
and then,
Yeah, so maybe an update on how, maybe even Courtney can do a little,
oh yeah,
or, on their trainings and kind of
Be great.
do a little presentation to us
Yeah.
on their trainings. That would be great. Of course, we'll bring back Parks and Rec. The school bash will have already happened,
yes.
so
We can report back on that. No?
No, it
No,
won't.
it's at the end of July.
Yeah.
I should
July.
have happened, yeah.
see, I'm off a whole month.
Don't try to push us closer. We're going to stretch out summer
Reel
as long
it
as we
in,
can.
Missy.
Live in 2 weeks.
So maybe next time, if you want to bring that, and then if you need people to sign up for times, positions, things to do.
Yeah, and I can bring our resource flyers and stuff for you guys to look over too.
Perfect. Okay, anything else for future topics?
If it's okay, Chairman, I will remove the summer program calendar since that's already been set. I wasn't sure if we wanted to revisit it or not.
Okay,
And maybe start talking about a fall calendar in August. That way we're kind of, ahead of that curveball.
Yes. And for the most part, we do have next year's programming. We've already had meetings about it. We're looking at including a couple things, taking away a couple things, and changing the dates on other things based off of how this last year went. So,
okay,
we
perfect. So
have
you'll have
steps.
some ideas to bring. Awesome. Okay, thank you. Anything else, guys? All right. Next meeting is July 10th, 2023 at 5:15. And I'll adjourn the meeting at 5:41. Thank you, guys.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.
Feel free to